Hello everyone, my name is Lisa Jong and I am the founder and head teacher at the Menstrual Coach Academy. You're very welcome, and the purpose of this video is to give you more information and insight into our 6-month online menstrual cycle coaching and facilitation professional training, and to help you make a decision whether it is a good fit for you at this time. So in this video presentation, we are going to talk about who we are and what we do here at the Academy, our mission, why you might decide to train with us, who this training is for, specifically what we can help you with when it comes to menstrual cycle coaching. We'll look at our curriculum in more detail, and we're going to then talk about the outcome of the course and the accreditation route, the course structure and the details, the application process, and some frequently asked questions. So do grab a glass of water or a cup of tea, and I'm looking forward to hanging out with you over the next while as we go through all of the detail about our work. So to give you a little bit of an introduction to myself, my work, and the Academy, I'm Lisa. I am a women's health coach specialising in the menstrual cycle, chronic pain and trauma. I'm based here in Wicklow in Ireland. I've been working in this field for over 10 years now, and my professional journey, as a lot of people in the space, started off as a personal journey. So back in 2013, I trained in physiology and Pilates, and I was studying all sorts of stuff to do with the body, because I myself was struggling with my own cycle and with lots of different types of chronic pain and also mental health challenges. And at the time, the options available to me in the medical system were very limited, and I was getting a lot of side effects. So I began this journey of learning about the body, learning about hormones, learning about women's health, integrating it with a mindfulness practice that I had as well, and a movement practice, and eventually trained in all sorts of different different modalities and things that I bring into the work now, and realized then that there is a very strong mind-body connection when it comes to the menstrual cycle and chronic pain and women's health. And so I then began working with clients on a one-to-one basis. My practice, my one-to-one practice, I do specialize in working with people who have chronic pain, PMDD, endometriosis, people who've maybe read a lot of books, they've done a lot of courses, they've been around the block, or they've worked with other practitioners or nutritionists, and they still feel quite stuck. So I work with them. And then what happened was that some clients of mine and also some friends in the industry were wanting to learn from me. So in 2021, I decided to create this 6-month professional training. And in our first group, we had 6 students who are doing amazing things out in the world today in the space of women's health and mental health and the menstrual cycle. And so since that time, the Menstrual Coach Academy was born. So yeah, very much been a slow, organic journey of learning and working with a lot of people in this space. And I'm really excited to open my doors up to bring more people on now. So our mission is to help you to learn more about the menstrual cycle, learn more about the science, the physiology, learn more about practice, how to work with clients, how to work with groups, either start or build a coaching practice in this industry, or help your existing clients if you are already working as a coach or a therapist, or maybe you're a school teacher and you want to bring this into your work as a teacher. So that is our mission here at the Academy. So it's important to consider your why. Why would you like to embark on a training like this? And there could be a lot of reasons. So some of the reasons that we see here at the Academy are, like I said, in my own personal journey, the medical system, there's a lot of unmet needs in the medical system when it comes to women's health. You might have experienced yourself personally, or friends or clients have experienced maybe negative experience, whether that is that they didn't get the right support, or they might have had challenging interactions in the medical system, or not gotten the help quick enough, or, you know, just they might have internalized messages from the medical system that actually hasn't helped their overall journey and well-being. So that's something that we consider here in the Academy is, you know, the unmet needs of the medical industry. So that's one big why. Then also another big why would be these diverse challenges that people have. The more I work in this space, the more I work with women and people with menstrual cycles, the more I see this diversity of experience. So you know, there's so many things people can have, anything from period pain, PMS, PCOS, endometriosis, PMDD, challenges around their menstrual cycle, or postnatal stuff, or fertility challenges, miscarriage, you know, all these things. And even within those different experiences, there's a diversity of experience too. So there's never going to be one right way to work with people, with cycles, with women. So that's a huge why is, you know, one of the things that we help you with is to help you work with that diversity. Another why could be the standard of education. Maybe in the country that you live in, you feel like the standard of education in schools or in universities, or even in, you know, coaching programs or psychotherapy programs, any kind of educational bodies, you feel like that either the menstrual cycle and women's health isn't there, it's non-existent, or it's maybe only just touched on a little bit, or maybe it's only considered a women's thing and not really for everybody, or it doesn't go into enough detail, or it's just it's leaving you with a lot of unanswered questions. So you feel this strong, you know, you're feeling this need for a higher standard of education. Then because of the above three, so the diverse challenges, the unmet needs in the medical system, and then perhaps the inadequate or the low standard of education, a lot of people and women and even young girls as well are turning to the holistic world, and me too, and rightly so. We turn to the holistic world to look for answers. But maybe you're also seeing issues in the holistic world. So an example might be, you know, you might be seeing dietary or lifestyle advice that doesn't work for you, or that you feel might be a little bit problematic, or it doesn't, you know, it doesn't apply for you for whatever reason. Or again, there's unmet needs in the holistic world, so there can be this kind of clash. And then where do we go from there? Okay, so there's that. You might also come to a place where you recognize that there are needs across different fields. So it's not just about our hormonal health, but menstrual cycles are also about mental health and psychology and creativity and, you know, our relationship with ourselves, and, you know, all of these different layers. So it's not just, it doesn't just belong in one area. Okay, so that might be another need that you've recognized. Or maybe you know all these things and you probably have learned a lot of information already, or you might have read some books about the menstrual cycle, and you're feeling like, okay, the coaching skills that you learned in a coaching course, or any kind of therapeutic skills that you learned in a training, don't really apply for the menstrual cycle, and you want to learn how to work with the menstrual cycle with this coaching skills that are more appropriate. And so you might be questioning the coaching industry, you know, and how to work in a more trauma-informed way. And then your other whys might be, you might have already a lot of trainings, personal lived experience. You might have helped friends, or you've taken a lot of courses, and you want to bring those things together and build a body of work and build a practice. And like a lot of people who come through our doors, you're really passionate about the menstrual cycle, and you feel it is a purpose in you to bring this forth to your work as a job. You want to step into this industry, you want to help people, you want to help your existing clients, and you want to feel confident in doing that. And we help you with all of those. So who are we at the Menstrual Coach Academy? This is our long mission statement. So at the Menstrual Coach Academy, our mission is to help your clients find ease in their body and peace with their menstrual cycle. And we help you to find confidence and clarity in the professional path as a menstrual cycle coach. So those two first paragraphs are the essence of what we do. We help you to help your clients, and we help you to feel confident and clear in the journey of doing that. We also recognize that a very different way of learning was required for this type of work. Our work is practice focused. That means the skills that you bring to your clients, that's your coaching practice or your facilitation practice. We help you to work with clients in a way that supports them in the path of knowing the information to embodying it. So similar to yourself, similar to me, I read a lot of books, I did a lot of courses, but there was a big difference between knowing the information and the knowledge in my head to embodying it and living it. So you want to help your clients on that path of knowing to embodying and then living, and we help you with that. Our classroom spaces are learning environments where everyone is encouraged to be as they are, to come as they are, and to contribute to the shared learning space. Our body of work is informed by an array of backgrounds, perspectives, and lenses. So that is what we do. So we've got 3 pillars under which we work. We work with content. So that is the information we provide, the education, the information. Then we also work with the layer under that, which is process and integration. So if you are working with clients as a coach or a therapist or even a school teacher, if you're having a coaching practice in some capacity, you're doing more than just giving them information or giving them exercises to do. You're inviting them into a relationship with you. Therefore, this piece around process and integration is really important, and we're going to teach you how to do that. And we help you build a practice as well and get clearer on your practice. And building a practice takes time, but we help you to do that at the Menstrual Coach Academy. So again, briefly, we work with this intersectional approach, and the purpose of this slide is just to highlight that we are not biased in terms of our models or the lenses we use. We work with different models and lenses depending on what group we're working with or what client. So just, some topics that we're teaching are menstrual cycle awareness, polyvagal theory, the nervous system, trauma, group dynamics, coaching skills, things like that. And then we also do diet and lifestyle, gut health as well. And the reason we work with this intersectional approach is, like I said before, every client is going to have very different needs. So we work from a needs-based approach. So I'll give you an example. If you are working with a client who is struggling with their cycle and you want to help them, a lot of the courses out there are very much diet and lifestyle focused, which is really good. And, I love that. I'm a huge fan of the diet and lifestyle work, but it's only one piece of the puzzle. And if you have a client who has either a history with an eating disorder or has tried a lot of the diet work, and for some people and a lot of people, it can trigger a lot of anxiety and worry and fear, then what can happen is we can accidentally misplace our focus of work into the diet and lifestyle area when actually we need to be doing nervous system work, because we don't want to be stressing the client out when it comes to their diet. So we teach you how to get clear on what your client needs and do an assessment so that you can work with them from a more appropriate lens in a collaborative way with your client as well, depending on their history and their need, and work in that trauma-informed approach. So what we help you with then is that we help you to understand the quote unquote, how to do menstrual cycle coaching and education, so that you then feel really confident around the information, the science, what's happening on a nervous system level, what's happening in the hormonal space, without needing to be an expert either. We're not endocrinologists here, but we do work with hormones, and we help you to take your client through a process. And every single one of your client is going to go on a very different process. It's not a cookie cutter approach at all. Like I said before, you're stepping into a relationship with a client, and we help you to create a space for them so that you can create a very powerful container for each individual client. You will have so much more confidence and clarity with how to work with pain and symptoms as well from this mind body approach. There's a bit of an illusion out there that in order to work with a client who has a lot of pain, that you need to have a million qualifications and do loads of testing and they need to radically change their diet. None of that is true, because when we work on a nervous system level, we're actually working at a deeper layer, and you can absolutely help people with the tools that we teach you. People who have endometriosis, navigating the medical system, helping to resource them, working with pain, all that kind of stuff. PMDD is another really common one as well. We help you to hold a trauma-informed space. So we explain that very clearly, what that means and how to do that. We give you the skills and the tools to bring your clients through this process. You'll leave feeling confident and clear, on how to do this work as well. And then another thing that we see as well is that a lot of coaches come into the space with a lot of worry and fear that they don't know enough, or that they need to take loads of courses to learn it all. But some of that worry is that from a systemic lens, the world hasn't figured out the exact answer for the menstrual cycle. There is no one answer, because every single person is so individual. And so we help you to work with fear and urgency. And very often when you work with clients who have chronic pain, or they've struggled with their health, or they haven't got their needs met, or they've been misled or harmed in the process, in a lot of cases, there can be a lot of fear and urgency and trauma that those clients are, they've come from that place, or they're holding all that energy. So we teach you how to work with that as well, and how to support your client, regulate the fear, regulate the urgency, slow down the process so that you're not picking it up either. And then we also top it off with trauma-informed business and marketing. That's really important, because if you're building a practice as a practitioner, you need to get clients. So we help you to think of trauma-informed ways to market your work in a way that feels good and in alignment with the service that you're selling. We also teach you mindset work, and we place a lot of importance on critical analysis. I don't know everything in this work, and that's why we love working with diverse groups and having different voices in our space from our students. So we're excited to meet you and hear, what contributions you have to bring to the table. And so critical analysis and really thinking the content through critically is welcome and encouraged in our academy. So who we work with, we work with all sorts of different people. We work with, we've had psychotherapists come through our doors. We've had physiotherapists, school teachers, social workers, nurses, people working in human rights, human resources professionals, people who are on a personal journey with their own menstrual cycle, energy workers, body workers, spiritual teachers, creatives, entrepreneurs, of course, life coaches, business coaches, anyone who feels in any way called to this work. You are more than welcome to work with us. There is no sort of prerequisite. The only requirement we do have is that you have either read a book or done a course or have some understanding, or listened to some of my podcasts and you've some understanding about what this work is about. But otherwise, everyone is coming in at all different levels, and this is about helping you to integrate this into your practice. Or if you're totally new to this industry, you can enter into this industry. There's a lot of people who come as well into this space who are looking for a career change, and they just feel called to work with us. So you're more than welcome. Yoga teachers is another one we work with too. So our body of work, as I said, it is trauma-informed, anti-oppressive, holistic. We work with lots of different subject areas, like I showed you in the previous couple of slides: pain science, the menstrual cycle, polyvagal theory. And this intersectional holistic approach helps you to just to really, really efficiently work with clients and understand what it is you're doing as well, and get clear on what you can help them with and then what you don't do. So in this point here, I've written down content and process. So we are teaching you content, which is the information, and then the process is the relationship that your client has with the information. So we help you to understand, even for yourself, the difference between knowing something and then actually having a relationship with it. And we support you to build the skills to help your clients build a relationship with the content and the information in a way that isn't going to be overwhelming, because what can often happen is, like I said, people who are in pain and they're struggling and they're reading all the books, doing all the courses, but then it can be overwhelming and then they just abandon it all. So we help you to integrate it slowly in a way that is, good for your nervous system and good for your client's nervous system, and not overwhelming either. Our work is also practice centered. So like I said, we focus on coaching skills, therapeutic skills, working with the relationship. We work with a systemic psychodynamic lens as well. So that means we consider the industry and the system and the relationship between you and the client as a part of the process. Trauma-informed practice and business, aligned coaching skills as well. A lot of people have coaching skills or they've done coaching courses, but you might feel like those particular exercises aren't really, they're not in alignment with what we're trying to do here with the menstrual cycle. We need a more embodied approach, a more intuitive approach. So we help you to understand those skills. And then, of course, our classroom is a very nourishing learning experience. We encourage people to come as they are, show up in your pajamas if you want to, turn off your camera if you need to, take a break when you need to. We're kind of trying to move away from this very traditional academic, tick all the boxes model, but rather learn from an embodied place for yourself. It's not about trying to do it all right or do it all perfect. It's about actually us as students of this work really integrating and embodying and living this work ourselves and being in integrity with the content as well. We have a very supportive community. One of the things I love about this work is that I get to know you all I get to build a relationship with each one of you individually. And that's what I love most about this work. I take that very seriously, is getting to know all my students and my groups. And and that really helps me then to support you. When I know you and know your life and your circumstances, then I can advise and support you best in, building out this work for you, because everyone's journey is going to be very different in the classroom. So you're definitely not going to be a number. And then long-lasting relationships too. We have an alumni community. We offer supports as well after the program. It's just a lovely place to be, and everyone on the course is very supportive of each other too. And because everyone is coming from such different backgrounds, there's no weird, competition or anything like that. Everyone has a very different way of working and way of bringing this work out into the world. So in the words of the wonderful Bell Hooks, as a classroom community, our capacity to generate excitement is deeply affected by our interest in one another, in hearing one another's voices, in recognizing one another's presence. So, Bell Hooks couldn't have put it any better. So for the curriculum, you can read more about this on our website and in our information booklet. But generally speaking, this is our core curriculum. We look at hormones and the endocrine system, menstrual cycle awareness. I'm also very trained and versed in the nervous system and polyvagal theory, and I work at the intersection of hormones and the nervous system, and helping you integrate that and helping you build that into your practice, your business, and help you to help your clients do the same. We work with trauma physiology as well. I often get asked, why do I work with trauma? It's because, a lot of people have trauma, big T trauma, small T trauma, but most of us have it or an experience of it. And it can really get in when we're living in a lot of trauma physiology, it can have a huge impact on our hormones. So teaching you how to work with it, how to release some of the trauma physiology can really bring about a lot of healing and hormonal balance. We also work with pain science and neuroplasticity. There's a lot of really exciting stuff happening in the space of the pain science world, so we bring that in too. We work with the Celtic cycle, spirituality in the menstrual cycle, if that's something you're interested in, the inner critic, creativity in the cycle, mental health and psychology, huge space where this is really, really important missing work. The role of our mental health in the menstrual cycle and how to work with people who are experiencing PMDD and mental health challenges in the premenstrual phase, the phase after menstruation, during menstruation, mental health when it comes to pain, fear of pain, anxiety. Perimenopause is huge too. Mental health for young girls as well. The relationship with self and others, coaching skills, power dynamics, and guest classes. And some of the guest classes you can read more about our guests in our visiting faculty on our website. But some examples are the menstrual cycle and fitness and physical activity, sexual trauma awareness and menstrual cycle coaching, because that is a very different type of trauma that needs a different lens. So yeah, we have a lot of really interesting teachers coming in as well. Sleep is another topic, menopause, interesting topics that you can choose from to inform your work as you move through the program. So our speciality in our 6-month training is we support you to feel comfortable and empowered in your coaching relationship with clients and groups. Almost every single professional that I've worked with, and rightly so, comes into this program a little bit unsure about how to start coaching, a little bit nervous about it, afraid of doing it wrong, wanting to know all the information and wanting to do it right, because we've all been impacted by the unmet needs in the medical space or in the holistic space, and we want to do it right. And so our speciality is helping you to understand not how to do it right, but how to build a strong relationship with your clients and with your groups, so that you feel more at ease in yourself and you feel confident in their journey and you've trust in their recovery and their ability to go through the journey with you. So from a trauma-informed stance, we at the Menstrual Coach Academy view the relationship with your client as the most valuable vehicle for their growth or recovery journey and the development of your practice. So you can read all the books in the world and know all the information, but it might not necessarily be the thing that is the most helpful to your clients. The thing, and research is now showing this even in counseling and psychotherapy, there's so many different models, but at the end of the day, it is your relationship with the client and with your groups that is the most important thing. So we help you to navigate that. So I'll give you an example here. So here we have our practitioner. This is me or you, and here we have a client. So the practitioner naturally wants to help. We're passionate. We're really excited and curious about this topic. We're looking for the right information. We're looking for the right course. We might have a bit of worry. Naturally, we have an inner critic, maybe a bit of imposter syndrome. We're not really clear in our role and the boundaries of our practice, maybe not clear in our direction, but we know the value of this work, and we have lived experience, and we know that or we see in our client work. If you already have a client practice, you might have clients who are talking about their menstrual cycle, and that there's a missing piece there. And then your client is someone who's looking for help. They're curious about this work, curious about learning more about the menstrual cycle, but they might have fear, they might have urgency, maybe they've got anger because of what's happened to them in their quest for help. They might have difficulty trusting practitioners. They're not really sure where to go. They might have shame. They probably feel lost and stuck, looking for answers. They're looking for more information, and they might feel confused, and they might feel a bit fed up with trying things or not really getting the right help. Okay, so there's two people in this relationship, and what is happening then is, if the client is in a lot of fear or confusion, that fear, overwhelm, or confusion can actually get projected onto the practitioner because of their dysregulated nervous system. So that can create problems. And then of course the practitioner can feel under a lot of pressure to have to get it right and to have to help this client who has been so let down by the medical system or the holistic world. And that creates a little bit of complication in terms of the coaching dynamic. So what's actually needed, rather than this kind of messy situation, we want to actually get to a place where there's collaboration, right? So the practitioner is clear on their role, clear on the process. We as professionals are able to regulate our own nervous system. We're able to provide our nervous system as a co-regulatory resource for our client. We are able to navigate uncertainty with our client. We can support our client in building capacity for challenges and difficulty. We can help our client make decisions about their health and their body. We can support them in that journey of building self-trust. in the journey of building self-acceptance and having agency in their own decision making and clear on what their needs are. And as a result of this, then our client will feel more hopeful. They will have access to their consent. They will understand how to heal trauma, heal shame, work with their inner critic, heal their inner critic. They might understand the systems that they're navigating. They are probably in a lot, like they could be in the workplace navigating systems and barriers. Maybe there's an example might be a professional in the workspace who has endometriosis, who's calling in sick a lot. How do they navigate that? They're navigating a system. They can't just leave their job. Well, they can if they want, but usually they can't. So how do we help them on that journey? We support them with accessing their adult self as well, taking personal responsibility, building supports in their life, building rapport and trust with you. And if there are challenges in the relationship, feeling confident that you know how to repair as well and support your client in that. Okay. So when we're approaching the work from that relational lens, in the context of trauma-informed coaching in the menstrual cycle world, we get our clients to a place where they probably have more access to clear direction, clarity in terms of what their needs are. And as a result of that, healing a dysregulated nervous system, getting results, maybe less symptoms, clear on their needs with their cycle, inner peace, and a good relationship between you and them, and a lot less pressure on you because you're helping them in the journey. So your outcome as a result then of training with us, should you choose to train with us in the 6-month menstrual cycle coaching and facilitation professional training, our goal for you is for you to have a really strong understanding of hormones and the nervous system, and a trauma-informed approach to menstrual cycle coaching. So you're not just like applying stuff you're learning from a book to everyone, but rather you're able to work with this understanding of their needs and the nervous system. Confidence and clarity in how to work in this space or how to integrate it into your existing work. Everyone will be different. Like I said, we've worked with teachers, fitness trainers, physiotherapists, psychotherapists who have very different practices, and we support all of them to really think for themselves and think about how this work can integrate into their work. You'll also leave knowing how to support people with chronic pain, endometriosis, PMDD, period pain, all of these challenges that people go through from a mind-body pain science lens. We also help you to help your clients and communities find ease with their cycle, the nervous system, and have a better relationship with the experiences that they're going through, and to trust themselves when they're going through challenges and start to work with their menstrual cycle so that their cycle is no longer a problem or a burden or something they're dreading every month, but rather something that is a support in their life and can be a vehicle for their journey. You'll get very clear on your path, your role, your own unique approach to this work. You'll also understand the industry and the systemics in the coaching of the industry and how that impacts the coaching relationship. And you'll have the opportunity to work in a space that you are really passionate and excited about. So just some examples of opportunities, because this is a very exciting industry. It is a growing and evolving and changing industry, and a very much needed industry that isn't just a separate industry. It's needed in, like I said before, mental health, psychology, education, social work, hospitals, doctor surgeries. You can literally work anywhere. So these are just some of our great, amazing graduates in our first 2 cohorts in 2021 and 2022. So we have Paula Byrne, who was a school teacher, and she's now bringing this work to schools around Ireland. She's also been on television. She's doing amazing work when it comes to young girls, teenagers, and moms. We have Elizabeth Tidwell here in the USA. She is a social entrepreneur as well, coaching and bringing a trauma-informed lens to people who have been through systemic oppression. And then we have Anna here, who is our Polish graduate living in Ireland, doing amazing work. She's a yoga teacher, energy worker, healer, spiritual guide, brings people through deep process work, and she does amazing workshops. And here she is presenting at a a well-being fair in Dublin, where I got to hang out with her one afternoon. And then we have Plone in the Netherlands, and she's bringing this work into corporations, doing talks in English and in Dutch, and then myself as well. I've done a lot of work with the corporate world. So there's just a little taster of like different types of opportunities that there are. You don't even have to do this work. You can still take this course for your own personal journey, and there's no pressure to have to bring this work out into the world. But I think it is good to know that there's a lot of opportunities. The world is waking up to the menstrual cycle. The holistic world, the coaching industry is waking up to the need for a trauma-informed approach to this work. And the work I offer is very much, like I said, practice focused, working with skills, coaching skills, and how to really help your clients move through their process. So the course structure, just to give you a little bit more information about how you will be learning with us. So we start off with an orientation call, which is the meet and greet. And that's about just a 2-hour call where you get to meet everyone, and everyone will get a chance to introduce themselves and just have a cup of tea together, and maybe do a little meditation sit, and just to get into each other's energy. So that's our first call. Then for the 6 months, we have monthly lectures. At the moment, we have those lectures on Saturdays, so you can check the dates and the times, etc., on our website. So that's just one lecture a month currently as it is. Then we have monthly process groups. So the process groups are small groups. So the lectures are the big group all together, and then the big group is broken down into small groups, and you choose which group you want to go into, and you stay in that group for the remainder of the course. So if you want to be in the group on a Wednesday afternoon, that's your process group. You stay in the same group, and the process group is going to be between 6, 8, 10 people. It's a small group with me, where we have time to discuss the material, practice coaching skills, bring a case to the table, and I'll be explaining exactly what happens in the process group, but they're much more, it's the place where we integrate the learning and discuss all of the content and bring our different viewpoints to the table. And you can check out the options and the dates and the times for the process groups. The orientation call is recorded if you can't make it. The lecture is recorded. The process groups are the only calls that are not recorded, because that's the place where people privately process personal stuff. So that's why we have several of them, so you can choose the one that works for you. We also have a monthly office hour. So that's just a time in my calendar if you want to hop on a call with me, on a Zoom call with me and some other people, and we either have a chat again or have another cup of tea, or you might have questions. We discuss things there. We also have an online library with extra content, and if you do miss any calls, all of those recordings are going to be kept in the online library, where you can catch up in your own time. We have an online community as well, a chat room where we can connect and stay in touch and chat to each other. You can have a listening partner. That's an option, listening partner. I'll be talking about that in more detail, but that is essentially a person who you're on this learning journey with, where you can share and have regular calls, maybe once a month or once every 2 weeks. Set up a call with your listening buddy. Peer coaching session as well. Instead of a one-to-one, you do like a triad session with myself and another peer in the course, and you both bring in a case, and then we get to practice on each other's cases. And then there's going to be reflective exercises, and then we have the accreditation option too. So not everyone wants to do or needs to do the accreditation route, but I'm going to explain that in more detail now in a minute. And generally speaking, the commitment for this course is about 8 to 12 hours a month. And like I said, it's show up as you are. You do not have to remember and learn all the information. You're going on a journey of self-discovery as well. And the content will be available to you after the course as well for a year. So you can always catch up then as well. Okay, so for the accreditation route, so like I said, this is an option now. If you would like to receive a certificate after the course, then you can select the accreditation route. The reason why this is an option is because not everyone requires the accreditation, or not everybody wants to do the accreditation. So therefore it's an option. And you get to decide during or after the course, you can decide whether you go ahead with it. some of the benefits of doing the accreditation route would be maybe you're new to this work and you're new to the industry and you want to build trust and establish a name for yourself. And so having a certificate can be a really good way of doing that. And you will be accredited with the International Practice of Holistic Medicine. So this training program has gone through an appraisal quality assurance process with them. So you will be accredited with them, and that allows you as well to apply for insurance with the IPHM as well if you want to do that. The certificate will also have continued professional development points from us. So you will receive 50 continued professional development points from ourselves and our stamp. So the Menstrual Coach Academy stamp logo, you will get that to have on your website, and you'll have the certificate as well. The certificate, you will receive that an e-copy as well as a hard copy to your letterbox. So that can be a really good way to build trust, establish your credibility with the work that you're doing, and build a name for yourself. So, but like I said before, not everyone needs to do that. So it's an option, and you can decide that during or after the course, or even before the course. The requirements for the accreditation route are that you attend 80 to 90% of the lectures and process groups. Obviously, life happens and we miss things, and that's fine. It's not a problem. Just once you catch up on the recordings and you can attend as many as the process group calls as possible. We also require that you do attend the peer coaching session with your peer and myself, and there is an assessment and that will be required. The assessment, however, is done in a way that will hopefully suit your needs, so you can offer your answers either in audio format, in video format, in bullet point format, in long form written format. So it's really about you getting clear on your needs and how you can submit the assessment in the right way. And then I will be providing you feedback as well from your assessment. Okay, so you'll be receiving a certification, the IPHM accreditation, and there is an extra cost to that, which might change, but you can find the cost to that. It's not a very high cost. It just is a cost to cover the admin, the packaging, the posting, the postage, etc. You can find that information on our website. So the application process, if you would like to join us, we do ask that you go over to our website, menstrualcoachacademy.com. Do make sure you get your email and your name on our waitlist, and you will receive emails from us about when the booking process opens. Our application process tends to open in the summer in July. And in order to secure your spot, we ask for a deposit, and then you will also receive an application form, which you can fill out. The purpose of the application form is just to give us more information about your work or your background. It helps us to get to know you better before we get started with the work. Any needs as well. And then there are different payment plans that you can avail of. An email is sent. And then we begin the onboarding, and you'll be onboarded into our online space, and you'll be sent the Zoom link and the calendar events and all of the information you need. So yeah, there is limited space every year because we work with small groups. Just bear that in mind, that we like to get the spaces booked as soon as we can. So just bear that in mind, there's limited space, and it is a very popular growing course too. So some lovely testimonials from our very generous graduates. So Elizabeth, who you saw earlier, she says, Lisa's course was completely transformational for me. It not only deepened my understanding of aspects of myself, like my cycle and my nervous system, but it also transformed my understanding of what it means to be a coach. I feel much more grounded in ethical business, trauma-informed process work, and body-based wisdom. I think everyone who wants to coach others in this field should have this kind of foundation. I highly recommend Lisa's course to anyone who is looking for one-of-a-kind nervous system approach to menstrual cycle coaching and facilitation. So thank you, Elizabeth, for that. And then we have Caitlin. She is a psychotherapist based here in Ireland from our 2023 group. Without a doubt, I would highly recommend this course to others. I cannot thank Lisa and this course enough. This journey has given me the space in such a safe, gentle, and engaging way to learn so much about myself and about the direction I'd love to see my business thrive in. This program allowed me to discover deeper into the world of menstrual cycle of the menstrual cycle, which is a gift. Thank you, Lisa, for delivering with nothing but authenticity and reassuring me that this is exactly what I'm meant to be doing. I feel so lucky to have met you and to have found this training. I feel so blessed to have been part of this container these past few months. So thank you, Caitlin. And then we have lovely Rosanna, also from our 2023 group. I would 100% recommend this course to others. It is the best investment I've ever made, and it's truly changed my life. It has fed my curiosity and led me to question so many things, as well as giving me such good insights into myself and the world around me. Lisa's course has filled me with hope and ambition in terms of better understanding the role I can play in making positive changes to how the world sees menstrual cycles. I'm so grateful to Lisa for creating this space and for always being friendly, professional, and approachable whenever I had a question or wanted more support. Thank you so much. So thank you, Rosanna. Okay, so now for some frequently asked questions. So number one, are there prerequisites or a minimum level of experience required? So not really. The only thing that is really required is that you have a very basic understanding of menstrual cycle awareness. You might have read a book or taken a course or followed my work, or you're just curious. And then again, some people will have a lot more experience, or they might have done a lot of courses as well. We have had people train with us who have already taken even cycle coaching courses elsewhere, or menstruality courses elsewhere, who want to work in this trauma-informed way. So all levels are welcome, and it's just nice to have, the different levels of experience in the room. So that hopefully answers that question. How is this training different to others? So hopefully, I've explained that, but really what we're doing is we are working with this trauma-informed way. We are prioritizing your coaching skills, building a coaching practice, understanding how to work from this holistic intersectional lens, understanding how you can bring in other modalities that you already work with as well, and how to really integrate it into your work. So also we support you with group dynamics too. So that's another thing we're working with as well, is group dynamics. Will I be able to coach afterwards? Yes, you will be able to coach afterwards. So one of the reasons why we don't require that you coach during the course is that it's just for insurance reasons. If you already are coaching or working with clients, that's a separate thing to this course. That's totally fine. You can bring in the skills and the tools that you are learning here into that course, but we don't require that you take on practice clients just for insurance reasons. However, if you do decide to coach after or during the course, you're absolutely free to do that. And we have had a lot of people start off, and myself included, I started off coaching some friends, doing some kind of volunteer hours as well, and just building up my skills in that regard. I speak a different language. Can I still sign up? Yes, absolutely. I want to make this course as accessible as possible to people. And we have had people from all different countries who come on, and a lot of people whose first language isn't English. So I do try my best to speak in a way that is clear. So yeah, you're more than welcome to join us. However, the primary language is English. But if there ever is any problem in understanding or communications or anything like that, then please just let me know, and I will do my best to accommodate that and help you to understand. I happen to speak actually quite a lot of languages myself, so I'm more than happy to have a chat with you to see if it is a good level for you. Do you cover the menopause? So this is not a menopause training. We work with hormones, the menstrual cycle, the nervous system. Therefore, yes, we do cover the menopause. We also have a teacher coming in to teach on the menopause as well. And what this course helps you to do is to understand how to work with the nervous system, how to support clients. So you don't need to know every single detail about the menopause, and you can still inform yourself more about perimenopause and menopause. And this course will give you the skills and the tools to work to help your clients with their nervous system and on their own journey of menopause work. Do I need to have a cycle? So you do not need to have a cycle to be on this training. There's a lot of people who either we've had people who got pregnant during the course or before the course. We've had people on hormonal contraception who don't have a cycle. Lots of reasons why people don't have a cycle. So you do not have to have a cycle to be on this course, and you can embody this work without having a cycle as well. What time zones does it cover? So currently, because I'm based in Ireland in Europe, the time zones that I have set the course at accommodate people in Europe and people in the Americas. But if you are someone who is based either in Asia or in Australia, New Zealand area, then that it might be a little bit late for you. But what you can do is watch the recordings. If the lectures are out of your time zone, watch the recordings and choose a process group that is better for you. And we have had people in Australia, actually, we've had two students in Australia do that, where they weren't on the lectures live, but they watched in small chunks in their own time, which was really suitable for them. And then they were able to attend the process groups and all the other supports that are available. I am neurodiverse? Will this course be accessible to me? So again, like I said, in the application form, there is a section where you can express your very specific needs, and we can assess to see if we can accommodate your needs. Or you're more than welcome to send me an email or have a chat with me if you are if there's very specific needs. We have had a lot of people come through our course who do have different types of neurodiversity. And because we work in a way that is trauma informed and we try to make it as accessible as possible, and we encourage everyone to show up as they are, including how you communicate, how you speak, how you process, how you digest information. Everyone will be very different. And so it's important that you get clear on your needs. And like I said, we're not prescribing one particular way of learning or one particular way of working. So it's all about getting comfortable with yourself. So the short answer to that question is yes. Do you cover diversity and inclusivity as a topic in this space, and what are your policies? Yes, it's a really, really important question. So the wellness industry, even mental health spaces, can be very limited in terms of who is there in the room. Here at the Menstrual Coach Academy, we're really trying to encourage as much diversity, as much inclusivity as possible. Me, Lisa, I'm just one person in the room. And so therefore, and there's only so much experience I have with my clients and my education. Therefore, everyone is coming from different backgrounds, ages, race, sexual orientation, identity as a woman or not. Like, all of these different things are really, really important to consider when it comes to the menstrual cycle, because if you're going to be working with people out in the world, everyone has different identities, different needs based on that. And so we really welcome all people from all different backgrounds to be in the room and to contribute to the content and to the space and to give your experience. And cultural sensitivity is a really important part of that. Also, at the Menstrual Coach Academy, as an organization, as we grow and develop, one of our policies is that we are aiming, our intention is to, as we grow, develop, aim to give back to communities, back to spaces, minority groups as well. So do keep an eye on our work on our website, check out opportunities, stay in touch with us, stay connected to our newsletter, and to hear more about our opportunities that are available here at the Menstrual Coach Academy. What if I can't make all the live sessions? So if you cannot make all the live sessions, that's no problem at all. Like I said before, life happens. You can catch up on the recordings. It's really no problem. So don't worry about that. What supports are available after the training? So after the training, we have supervision groups that are available. So similar to the process groups, you can do one-to-one supervision with me, or join a group that I have. If you want to get started with coaching, we have a lot of our graduates who join these groups, which can be a really supportive way to integrate what we're learning here. And how can you speak with me? You can speak with me. So at the end of the summer, before we start the onboarding, I offer a week in August or September, depending on my schedule, where you can book a call in my diary. So do make sure you get on the wait list for the course to hear about when you can book a free consultation call in my diary, or you can send me an email, lisa@menstrualcoachacademy.com. So a summary of what I've just said over this long presentation is, our mission is to help you, to help your clients find ease in their body and peace with their menstrual cycle, and for you to feel confident and clear on the path of doing just that. Our approach, we bring a multidimensional, intersectional, trauma-informed approach working with menstrual cycle awareness, hormones, the nervous system, polyvagal theory, trauma physiology, pain science, and coaching skills predominantly, and supporting you to help your clients have a more loving and compassionate relationship with themselves and with their cycle. We serve people who are new to this work and interested in becoming a menstrual cycle coach, people on a personal journey, life coaches, psychotherapists, physiotherapists, medical professionals, school teachers, parents, mothers, anyone who really, or fitness instructors, energy workers, spiritual healers. You're more than welcome to join us. The benefits of this are that you will get really clear on what you need to know to do this work and to bring this work to your clients and your community, how to do it, get clear on your practice, and start building a practice, start building a business. The structure, it's very simple. We have a lecture, we have an orientation call, then we have one lecture a month for 6 months, and then we have process groups. You attend one process group and you stay in the same process group. And then we have extra supports around that. So you have the online group, you have a call with me and another peer, there's office hours, and those are all optional. And you have a listening partnership as well. That's all optional. And you can do the accreditation route or not. And you can decide that during or after, before the course. The details are all available on the website, menstrualcoachacademy.com. And in order to join, all you have to do is join the waitlist, and you'll receive the booking link from us. So I really hope that was helpful for you. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'm really excited to meet you in the course and get to know you. And again, like I said, if you have any questions at all, head over to my website, send me an email, and I look forward to seeing you in the course.